Cathedral Cave follows one large and impressive passage for about 1/4 of a kilometre. As this video shows, it changes from a huge show passage to a difficult and sometimes tiny series of obstacles that need a variety of skills to reach the far end, deep under the hills behind the Danrogoff Show Cave complex. The original entrance was opened up in 1953 and involved flat-out crawling with only a few centimetres of airspace. The main show cave passage is called Davy Price's Hall. The rock is Carboniferous limestone, formed in tropical areas over 340 million years old. The rock is in layers or beds, and these form the sides and the roof of the passage. Stream water is acid and reacts with and dissolves the limestone to create the cave. However, the river that created the cave began its work several hundred thousands of years ago and was much larger than the stream we now see. There are small passages in the sides and roof of the show cave, some containing amazing crystals. These formed underwater and are made of calcium carbonate. The beds of limestone can be seen clearly in the roof near the waterfalls from the high-level tributary called Anemone Passage. At the end of the show section, the cave changes into a very different and much more complex passage. It is narrower and shaped like a keyhole, with thousands of boulders blocking the easy route that have to be climbed over or under. Sounds like a good old little river, doesn't it?
That's all right, just giving you all time. That's the things the wedges that I can do. Oh, I've got
Underneath the boulders, a small stream trickles its way through the cave. Route finding is mostly climbing up or down to find the best way through each obstacle. When the route along the bottom of a passage is too narrow, cavers have to traverse in a wider section higher up.
You'll have such wonderful light.
Most of the stream water in the cave now comes down a small rift called the cross joint. Cross passage involves crawls and squeezes where a round tube has been almost filled with stalagmite flowstone or mud. Cavers are used to getting dirty and wear knee pads.
Oh wow, lovely crystal pool in there. In that corner. Were they even out?
Round tubes like this one were dissolved when all was full of stream water. This allows the circle shape to get bigger all the way round. We are now getting into the more distant parts of the cave through Steeple-Avon Passage, and this is where rifts have formed, where the stream has cut downwards with an airspace above it. Stalactites from the roof meet stalagmites on the floor to form pillars. Along the sides of the passage, flowstone curtains form. For a short while, the cave gets larger, with first a beautiful circular tube and then a high rift in the ceiling called Steeple Avon. This has been climbed for over 30 metres, but unfortunately there was no passage at the top. To get to the end of the cave from here, switchback passage must be attempted. This is a difficult, tiny, winding tube at the top of an impossibly tight rift. It's all very technical caving from now on, and a lot of hard work.
Can have another parrot at it.
Eventually it's possible to slowly climb back down out of the top of the rift back into the larger passages which form the end chamber to the cave. It is possible to get beyond the final chamber now through a series of uncomfortable squeezes and crawls to see the actual finish of the cave, where the cave has become too tight, filled with flowstone, and the water alone can get through.
It's tiny. Have a good look.